And we are back. Black and a Half, episode number 231.
231.
Welcome to Black and a Half, the longest running comedy podcast in Seattle. Probably. Yeah. My name is Silas and Samantha.
My name is Samantha Rund.
And here we are. We are here for another episode. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
We did have a guest scheduled. Well, we had one last week. We got one coming in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to, Samantha, I didn't tell you, I'm trying to work on some of these movie people to see if they can fit into our time slot.
Sweet.
Like if they can come in and be like, I'd love to interview you just during this period.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Timothy Chalamet's 60 Minutes the other day, so maybe Timmy wants to.
Yeah. I mean, I did send a Threads message to him asking if he's available on Thursdays between 1. I'm not giving the people our time so they don't know our location.
We were talking about instruments a lot this time. So I mean, like actually good. Yeah.
Yeah. We had an inspiring discussion of instruments, playing instruments, about time and the value of time.
Mm-hmm.
We had such a great conversation that I sometimes forget that I haven't seen you in person in like 5 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was very loud of me. I think oh my gosh.
It hasn't been 5 years, but it's been a while.
2.
It might be 2.
It was like briefly. It was very briefly. So it's been really
so it's been a while. We haven't seen each other in person. But it's very weird. Like, I don't know how many people think we're in the same room when we do this.
Right.
Like, obviously, if you're watching it, you're not.
Watching.
But if you're on the radio, I mean, on the podcast deal,
right.
then you might not know. But maybe one day we'll get to return to in person.
Yeah.
That would be exciting.
And also at the Blair. That would be very cool.
Yeah. One day I'm going to expand the Blair and it'll even have more room.
Yeah. And I'd really like to have a cape though when I attend the Blair. It just feels like it would
capes?
be.
I don't know. Edna Mode says no capes, right?
Edna Mode?
The Incredibles?
Oh, The Incredibles. Yeah, but I'm not
the costume designer.
Crime. I'm just
that's true.
Planning on maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe like one side cape, other side snuggie or something. You know, just go from.
You know, they say laughter is the best medicine, but how come laughter doesn't get credit for crime prevention?
Oh, that's great, because I thought you were going to say, but then how come you're not funny to me with my...
What?
Well, because of my weird creation of this cape snuggie. It'd be great, because after you fight crime, then you like cuddle the victims, you know, you like help them. It's like the emergency blanket that you have to help them. And either way, it can meet their sensory needs. You know, one side is just smooth silk. The other side is like nice and fuzzy. Waterproof? Not.
Whether you are a victim or the perpetrator, you probably need a hug.
Oh.
Maybe if people hugged you more, you wouldn't be perpetrating the crimes.
You know, I definitely do think that's true of people who are very hateful. Although I wouldn't run to blaming the parents, because sometimes it's not the parents' fault at all. People usually blame parents. I was thinking about somebody specifically right now. I really was. But
as a parent, I don't like this blaming the parents thing, because we don't have control all the time.
Well, that's the thing that I mean. Like, that's why I don't like blame. That's why I don't like blame, because a lot of times people blame the parent immediately, and it's just like a lot of times it is the parent. You know, let's be real.
I mean,
a lot of times it is the parent. But if these people turn into like these horrible, horrible, hateful humans, a lot of times the parent has something to do with it, but not always. This was like, don't jump to these assumptions. You know, maybe take 5 minutes, play your instrument, and then think if your assumptions still hold true. You know, maybe like do it on a scale, like they were terrible and their parents sucked. No, or was it? That's why I need my keyboard. I can't do my scale right from
keyboard.
Goodness.
All right. So here comes your episode. Okay. Sit back, relax, open your hearts and open your ear holes and listen to episode number 231. Scales. I want to repeat what I just said. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but just embrace the failure. And I think most of the time, all we can do is hope that we got a higher percentage of rights in a row consecutively. That's what leads to self-confidence. Like I don't know, as we age, just I can say I'm over 50 now, right? So I can always say, when I was younger, like how wrong I was so much of my life. When I think about that now, like I was definitely wrong a majority of my life. Because when do you start making good decisions? 35, 40. That's when it like starts making better choices. We do so many mistakes when we're in our 20s, right? But it doesn't matter, and you recover quickly, and you go there, and you hope that if you make enough successes, like you feel you have some self-confidence, and then you don't notice that you did it wrong, right?
Well,
old people are so wise sometimes. You're like, I think you only have like 10 years. It's probably from 51 to about 65 when you start degrading after that, what you got.
Well, I was trying to see that. I might say transforming. Let's use transforming over degrading.
Transforming right? Into another being that is dead. Yes.
But you're not really dead. You're just dead from the physical form that we know, but matter can neither be created or not created. So you're still there. You just don't look like the Silas that we know and love.
To the physics that we understand.
Yes, exactly.
Cannot destroy matter.
Right. I mean, sometimes maybe you wish you could. No, just kidding. No, I don't really want to destroy matter. I'd rather just transform it into something better. Sometimes some of it, some of it's great as it is, but some of it you just want to. Okay, anyway, but I'm distracted because I read which philosopher or somebody said that life begins at 40. Everything before 40 is just research.
Somebody 45 said that. That's all I know. It was not anyone young who thought that.
No, not anybody young. Because when you're young, you think like, 40 is so old.
Oh, like, then it's downhill and it's horrible. I'm jealous. So, I mean, sometimes like, the most powerful person in the world would be somebody, a 50-year-old in a 20-year-old body, right? Like the most powerful, because I'm just thinking of like lately I've been doing, resistance training, working out a lot, right? Lately, the last year, heavily, I would say. No pun intended. Like now I'm reading about all the stuff about like, well, after 40, your body's going to start resisting these things. And I'm like, what? What? So am I too late?
No.
Well, there's some biological things that it doesn't matter if we have opinions on it or not. Like there are biological things that happen to your body that age things happen. When I turned 40, I needed bifocals, like just like that.
Well, and that's I'm not saying, it's that kind of.
There's this thing called anabolic growth. There's some muscle thing that your body starts not taking. The body can't start taking in or like the protein usually cues your body to build muscle automatically and resistance training. But when you have you hit a certain age, you can't
like the body processes it differently.
Like it won't automatically stimulate. So you have to do other things like take other supplements besides those triggers. And so there's not much you can do about that, right? Like that's just the price of age. So, but knowing that you could have set yourself up sooner, maybe.
Right.
However, I do still think one of the reasons I can do soccer a little bit right now is because I didn't do it when I was younger. so I still have good knees.
Oh.
Right? Like my delayed physical activity means that I didn't wear these things out yet, like others
pros and
have.
cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because the whole like, is it too late? And I'm like, no. And you're like, yeah, but still, it's kind of, I think, like I was just talking about transformation instead of degeneration. It's kind of like both things are true in a way, right? It's like, yeah, we're past the point where either one of us is going to be an Olympic figure skater, unless if they do like a silver edition for people who have never done it, who weren't professionals in their youth. Like there are certain things that are, I agree, there are certain things that are just off the table.
Like we're going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes,
put and that it's out like there. How far we will get on there. Right? Like we're not going to be in the we're not going to be on the pro side. The best we can hope for is that we're a celebrity or a B-list celebrity that can get on the show.
Yeah.
Is that something? Would you do a Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it enough to know like how embarrassing it may or may not be, but I love dancing.
Do you?
That would be cool. Yeah.
Did you ever do like swing or ballroom?
Yeah. I did swing dancing. I think I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or not though, but yeah, I did swing dancing in like high school. And then I don't know if I've ever taken like an actual ballroom dance class, but I used to go to Century Ballroom back in the day. Okay. And that was really fun until like, some of the guys were just creepy. So you just don't want to go anymore. But
they were never creepy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah. And then it was really terrible when the bad ones kept trying to give me advice. And I'm like, you're a horrible dancer. Shut the F up.
Oh,
but I wasn't so blunt then. I'm still not that blunt like that now. But I was like really just,
the confidence you get. It's the first time some of these kids, and I say kids, it's the first time they've built confidence in something. Right. And so they want to share it.
Actually, they were men, those ones. I mean, they weren't actual men because they behaved like jerks, but they were older. They weren't younger. I mean, they weren't super old. They were older than me. They were probably like in their 30s or 40s.
Okay.
At the time.
Just trying to be helpful, Samantha. Just trying to make you a better dancer. Or I think they want to impress you. They want to impress you. And
they were so annoying. Anyway.
Yeah. They're there. That's just.
There they were. The best one, though, like, who was, because that was the thing that was fun. You like show up, you just meet people and dance. It's not like, well, for me, it wasn't romantic. It was just like, let me just meet somebody, dance. Then you find the next dance partner or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the best one, he was this, oh gosh, he was short. But he was so fun to dance with. And like, he was also there, like he was totally appropriate there to dance, like didn't try to get too close to you, have the good amount, and took up so much like floor space. There was like so much movement. That could have been a Dancing on the Stars kind of partner.
See, and now I'm looking at you. I'm like, wait a second. I could see you. You've got the 30s little swash, the hairstyle. I don't know. I'm thinking like, oh, I could see you in one of those swing dance movies.
Oh,
get out there.
Oh man.
Swing kids.
Yeah. I just got to still like heal up my like core strength a bit and do more stretching. I'm not decrepit, thank God, but I definitely feel that I haven't been as mobile in the ways that I used to be.
Do you have a back injury?
Activity. I mean, I did. Now I'm not claiming it anymore, but I had one that was really bad. Several years ago.
That stops a lot of people from.
Yeah.
Stop Gretchen. Her back is just so.
Oh, that's tough. Mine was more from the childbirth thing, for that's like my ab strength thing. That's where it's like, I need to like heal it up a little bit more because I still can't do everything I used to be able to.
Yeah, me too. I told you I got the pregnancy belly injury, right?
Oh yeah. You know that.
Did I tell you?
The dad dual pregnancy? What's this?
No, I got during COVID. I gained weight rapidly.
Oh, okay.
And I did the I got the ab rectus or something. It's where your abs separate.
Oh.
And so
diastasis recti.
diastasis recti. Yeah.
Wait, you get that from gaining weight? I thought you just got that from like your womb pushing out your muscles.
No, you can get it from rapidly gaining weight. It's
Whoa.
usually as the doctor told me, usually pregnant women get it.
Oh.
But yeah, sometimes if you just gain weight quickly, you can. And I did, apparently. I have a couple. So I've just recently, over the last year of doing this workout stuff, I've been doing the right ab things, I guess, to help hold it in. So it's been repairing. I just haven't officially found someone who knows how to work it particularly, but I have found exercises to be doing.
I should send you some of these like little exercises that when I'm actually really good at doing them, I did notice a difference.
Wait, did you get that too?
I wasn't staying consistent. I don't think that's what I have. I don't know. I blamed it on like the C-section. Like I think that I figured that's what it was from more than the actual pregnancy. I really don't know.
A huge percentage. Gretchen has it, had it. Like I just have a severe case.
I don't know if I do or not. I guess, I haven't gone to get it officially checked out. Probably
if you do a sit up, if you try to sit up and a big bulge pops out, that's not a hernia. It's abrecti. Yeah.
I thought it was like when you if you do, but then you stick your finger to your ab and see how far it separates. Because
you can. Yeah,
if your stomach goes up like that too, that could also just be like you're not holding, like breathing in. And
you probably don't. Well, or you don't have a severe case as I did, because I see it like pop up like a whole big section, and I was like, "Is this a hernia?" And that's why I went into the doctor, and they go, "Nope, no, you just got really fat." They didn't say that. They don't use those words.
No, they say morbidly obese, right? That's
they didn't.
Because I've heard people tell me that the doctors have called them morbidly obese when somebody would just say they look like American average. Like they did not look morbidly obese, but by doctor terms.
By BMI, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to think of the term a doctor did, not a doctor, but a tech told me when I was getting lung tests for something years ago. He's like, well, you're a little like thick or stout. Something he said, like, I was like,
little what? Teapot?
Like what?
Out.
Did he just call me?
Oh.
So, but you know what? It's honestly no worse than what people say to me just trying to get cast in.
I was going to say, were you going to say acting job? Oh man.
Acting jobs have been the worst thing for my self-esteem.
What's the worst thing anybody's ever said to you should we actually go down this road? No, it's supposed to be happy fun time, not
comedy is actually finding pleasure in other people's pain. So, right.
Man. So we were talking about how we're going to bring up certain books that have been really helpful for us.
Yes.
And I didn't mean to do it right now. That's why I was going to stop myself. But when we were talking about acting and terrible things people say, I was listening to this book called, I think it's Create Boundaries, Find Peace. Where is it? Let's see. Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Glover Tawwab. Not sure that I said her last name right. Tawwab. But it's really, really great. And it's awesome to think about, like boundaries that we have, with ourselves, our relationships, work, family, whatever. But one thing that she was talking about somebody's relationship and not having good work boundaries, I think it like finally clicked, something that I've been trying to verbalize better with like the art of acting has improved my life so much. It's like helped to calm my nervous system, made me feel like more comfortable and confident, and just like generally has been such a wonderful aspect of my life, getting to study the art of acting and, all of that, and how I like to work on roles and blah, blah, blah. Very, very wonderful and fulfilling. The career and the practice of like actually like trying to make, or, working as a professional actor, that is so toxic. So
horrible.
There's like boundary crosses left and right. And I wasn't realizing that. So, with the horrible things that people say, that made me think of it. The horrible things people say to you, just when you're trying to get acting work or you're auditioning, and then having that sort of power dynamic thing where, I don't know about you, but me, I, usually wouldn't say what I wanted to say. I just kind of laugh it off or whatever, or just take it for granted that these are the crappy circumstances that you have to put up with in the business. Unless, of course, it's like really, really crossing like a safety line or something, right?
Yeah.
But man, those boundary violations left and right. So, I don't know.
I do think the hardest thing about arts is making the living. I had a meeting today to talk about potentially like, helping in a producer role, like more to help with marketing stuff for a project. Right. And I was talking about the system being broken. Like, I don't want to pay for somebody's Kickstarter for their short film.
Right.
I have no desire. That sounds like, and not that charity's bad, like, but I'm not getting anything out of this. Like, if I'm not going to round up at the grocery store, why am I going to give you the money so you can maybe start this? I don't even know if you're going to finish it. You're going to, enough for you to shoot it so that you can then find out, you have to color a film. Oh, well, now I need more money. So we're going to do another Kickstarter for that round. Like, of a short film. Like, it's not, I think the Kickstarters seem appropriate when, what was that? Like Veronica Mars, when they were like, we want to do one more season. The networks won't do it, but if you guys give us money, we'll do one. And that funded it. And I get that. Like, a passion project. Did you know about that, Veronica Mars?
But then, like, do you get some of the profits back after you fund it?
Well, no. But, if you're paying and I'm going to get a DVD out of it, I'm fine.
Oh, well, if you're paying as much to get a DVD, because, like, that's where part of me would almost rather give it to the independent person as long as they have to finish it. Like, for them to be contractually.
Well, it wasn't independent. It was being done sort of independently, right?
Well, I just mean like something that's not, like, if something gets a huge profit and I gave money to it, I would want some of that money back.
Yeah, well, then you need to produce.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm just thinking, like, well, if they're getting residuals and they're getting this and they're getting that and blah blah blah.
Well, that's why you have to offer to actually be a real producer, where you're putting your money at stake.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
And then you get points toward the film.
Oh, I don't know any. I didn't really know.
Yeah, that's what it is. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. Put that on the bucket list.
Okay. But so if there's something I care, like, if this is the only way it'll happen, sure. But like, somebody has this idea for a quirky little comedy. I don't feel good. I don't feel good asking people to pay for it. And I don't feel good having or paying for it. Like, I want to buy a ticket to see it. Or I want to buy it or stream it. Like, finish it and then sell it to me.
I feel differently about that, but it would be also dependent on them actually finishing it, because I know how frustrating I am from the side of like acting for, like, doing something for free as an actor to get the reel, and then, I mean, the experience and the reel, and then them just like finishing the project and realize like, oh yeah, this got messed up or blah, 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 in terms of maybe it was the coloring or something. I don't know, some other thing in post that it was like, we didn't complete it and we don't have your reel. So it's like, so I just worked for free for nothing. Like, I don't like that feeling. It wasn't for nothing because I got experience, but you know what I mean? But anyway, so for me, I'm like, when I have all that extra money laying around, I would be down for doing certain donations for that, but I would want it to be finished, and then get a ticket to the premiere or a free
if
copy.
I have a lot of extra money, I don't mind. But as just a person working like everyone else. I
mean,
don't
right
know.
now, I'd rather give my money to other like more needy things.
It's just the crowdsourcing thing. I don't think is a great way to, unless I want to patronage a company, like, and I'm like, oh, I want these people to keep producing. I like what that is. I'll give 20. I would rather give $20 a month to a company that I reliably is giving good work, doing good work, than I would to give $5 to a one-off. Oh, I don't know what you're going to do. I want to support people doing the work, doing solid work.
Well,
It's stuff that I believe in. It's a mission.
I agree with that, but I also feel like, have you been burned in the past by donating to something that never amounted to anything? So it's like it just took your money. Has that happened?
My time,
well,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, because I kind of feel like with the company, if they could get the,
well, I'm thinking people like
there's lots of.
If Ben Affleck and Matt Damon didn't get picked up and just kept doing indie stuff, or Kevin Smith, and he was like, hey, I'll just keep doing the fun stuff I do, but I need 10,000 followers who give me like $10 a month. Sure.
Right.
Yeah. I love what you do. Just keep doing your stuff.
Yeah.
We'll pay for you to keep doing the things you want to do. I believe patronage like that. That's wonderful. That's why I like the platform Patreon. Like, yeah, you believe in these people, you just start giving to them, but not for really the one-offs. And I think it's part of the symptom that bothers me so much about it all is you have to beg people, can I please be an actor? Please, I'm trying to be an actor, and so can you donate to my film so I can be an actor? What, I'm not getting anything out of it. At least like sell me a mug with the name of it on or something. Like, it's a broken system if we have to ask people, if we have to crowdsource to make short film or something. Right. It's a broken system.
No, I get that. I mean, I do like the idea of like, yeah, they sell you a mug, but like it's not sold at cost, right? So they get a little extra and they can put that into the film. I do like that idea. So that way you tangibly know you're getting something else out of it if you're not really wanting to donate.
Yeah. Or the first time thing. Like, so Black and a Half, we did for the first film, first 48. We did do a crowdsourcing, get Kickstart thing to fund the first one. And, I even felt bad about that a little bit, but also I knew at the time people wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, how many times do I ask them to, hey, now, because everyone was excited about the first film, The Last Piece. That was the first one. That's exciting. But now, number 8, it's like, okay, yeah, well, you're still doing more, huh? So what, do I keep paying?
And you might want to give something because like the other thing you were saying about the first one, and then I know you used the example of Ben and Matt or whatever, but it's kind of like, but people need that money for the first one a lot of times, so they wouldn't even have a chance to get to where they're cranking them out regularly without the help on the first one.
Right, but I've seen there's people in town. I mean, they've done like 15 movies, and they're always crowdsourcing them to money, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, this is a broken system.
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are broken within the system, but I personally don't have there's more details. Like, I feel like each case, it's like a case by case thing for me, because I don't really have a problem with people doing that, because people can also say no. It does suck that that's kind of like please help me, like, to be in that position. But, people could also say no.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I like the idea of I like the idea of taking the chance with my money, making a thing, and then trying to sell the thing. Right. Like and then now buy the thing or come watch the thing. But I almost don't want the money ahead of time.
Oh.
Because then what if the thing isn't good? Then I've wasted at least, and you donated toward a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I think it depends how much money people are giving. Because the way that I feel is like, yeah, if you're just asking like people give $10 and you get like, how X amount of people to get the $10 to get it. I'm like, that's like, they just went through the drive-through, or they just went to like a comedy show, or I don't know if it's $10 or how much the shows are right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that much pressure on it. If you're asking for $100 or 200, that's different.
Yeah. If you don't know many people, but if I donated to every crowdsource thing that I see people are doing, I can't.
Don't. No, that's why you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all need it.
Well, yeah, but there's more than just one person to ask.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's
it's like, I also get livid at, and this is at the system.
Yeah.
I get livid that people have to ask money because they have cancer. Or like, that infuriates me. Like, how does someone have to go on here and ask people for money? That is corrupt, a morally corrupt system that people have to beg other people for money for health. Also, here's where I feel really not burned. As comics, we've seen this a lot. There'll be people who will post on that they need to get their car fixed. Right? They do crowds and they do a GoFundMe so that they can go do comedy around. And I'm like, guy, you will make more money just asking for money than you will in that car. You're fixing a car to go hurt yourself further. Like, I don't like, people don't want to get a, yeah, I don't want a regular job either, but some people they're refusing to get a regular job and want people to pay for them to get their car fixed so that they can keep pursuing comedy and doing this. And I'm like, oh man, what can we find a balance? Either this is why they don't pay a lot. Like, this is why the people who own the venues don't pay a lot, because you'll go beg people for money to fix your car, but so that you can get such little pay from this venue. You're going to drive for 12 hours to get $100, and you're going to need to spend $700 to fix your car to do it.
Well, 12 hours, that's like also gas and food and hotel. And
to get $100.
Yeah, that's a negative amount of money.
Yeah. Like, the venue, the system, again, it's a part of the system is these places need to pay enough so that when your car inevitably breaks down, you can afford to pay for it. But it's always it's all built to make people have to ask money. And that's what's broken.
There's so many things that are broken. I just watched the couple days ago, John Oliver's it's on YouTube, the topic was tipping.
Yeah.
Because I can't see like the whole thing, unfortunately, because I don't have the subscription anymore. So I don't I just see whatever the main topic is what pops up on YouTube. And
yeah, I watched the whole thing on that.
Yeah, right. And just thinking of like how in some other countries people can get offended by the tip. Like it was so funny. Was it where was he? Was it supposed to be Denmark or something? Where he said somebody put down like a $5 bill and the waiter looks at it like, what is this? I don't need your money. Like, what? We are paid a fair wage. Like, we are fine.
Yeah. It's insane what we do here.
It is. There's so much insanity that we do here. Specifically.
My mom has a great attitude. She works as a server, and she doesn't take nothing from her bosses there, because they're like, you can be like $2 an hour. I don't even really work for you. So she's like, she works for the customers. She doesn't work for them.
That's actually
you don't pay me.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Bosses will get so entitled. Now I get it in the like 4 states that pay minimum wage, the actual minimum wage. It's I feel like they have more of a thing, but I'm like, I'm sorry if you're paying me $2 because that's what you have to, and I'm not going to get a wage otherwise. Like, oh my God, no, don't, be happy I'm here. Not, oh my God, I cannot take it.
I've arrived. Put the rose petals down, please.
Tip it. I'm just like, how many businesses can you open up where you expect the people to go live on tips?
Man, I don't know.
Like, as a real estate agent, maybe I can just say like, no, I just work on tips. I want a 3% tip. Don't tax it. It's a tip.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tip. I work on tips, yo. Which part of me wants to say, look, it's kind of a legit thing. Like, if you say, if I'm not getting a guaranteed pay, then this is all kind of a tip, right? Work on a percentage. It doesn't matter what the bill is, right? That's serving. I am servicing their real estate needs, much like.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't make that a logo, especially as a woman. I mean, you might be safer as a man to do it, but it definitely wouldn't be like here to service all of
your needs.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong going on here.
Taking you to various homes to service your needs. Make that sound clean. Or as Justin Trudeau says, make that make sense. Oh,
Trudeau.
Definitely get a lot more customers.
Huh?
It's terrible. Get a lot more customers. Yeah. Definitely get a lot more customers. You never have a slow season. Oh gosh.
It's I mean, you worked as a server.
Yeah.
So and I did work a short time as a server, very short, but I've always hated tipping. I thought it was horrible. And I'm really good at
hated getting tips?
I hate tipping.
You hate tipping other people?
Yeah, I do a lot out of guilt. But I hate it because I don't like a secret amount being charged to me. I just want it up front. I got paid more than other servers because I was good. So I would get big tips, but I still don't like the concept. I just want us to like.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm doing a job.
It depends on which restaurant I was working at for if I liked the concept, because some places I would definitely be making like way more than I would hourly elsewhere. So I have a hard time not tipping servers.
Yeah.
And I actually have to think to myself like, oh, I don't have to give this amount just because they're a server, like out of solidarity or something. It's like, I worked hard. I did a really good job. I gave above and beyond. Mm-hmm. And like this person did crap, forgot I was here, went off in the other room. Like, how many times did I have to ask for stuff? They messed up the order. They weren't apologetic. Usually I'll give people a lot of grace if they're nice.
Yeah.
But, because they could just be having an off day or maybe something happened that wasn't their fault. But yeah, it's hard for me to leave a bad tip. But I will say that's another reason why I very rarely go out to eat, because I know it's going to be so expensive.
The stress. I will say.
I so rarely go out to eat. Just
the stress of having to decide how much to tip makes me not want to go sometimes.
Oh, wow.
And I go, well, it's, when you suffer from anxiety, things like that will happen. Little things like, if it said this is a 15% tip place, oh my God, I would just go there. Oh, so I know how much. I don't have to think about it. Oh, I love that concept. That's why I went to Saturn to buy a car, because they didn't negotiate. I loved that. They said there's no negotiation. We do it different here. That's the price. The price is the price. That's it. And I'm like, I love that. I don't want to negotiate. I want to know how much it costs.
I mean, if I know the rules of the game, like I like to negotiate. sometimes stupid stuff. Like, I don't know. Like if I sell something on Facebook Marketplace or, or do offer up or whatever it is, I like, it's just like do it a little bit higher because then they're going to come back lower. And then depending on how much I care about the thing, I'll come here, blah, blah, blah. Or even just like offering a little bit lower just because that's my policy of like when I'm buying something used or whatever, like if I could do it at department stores and stuff, I would do it too. But sometimes I'll just ask them like, hey, like, are there any specials for, any discounts, any online coupons right now? Or, I'll check my phone. Like that is fun. That is fun for me.
I like taking up their time so long looking for the coupon that they just give me the coupon. I'm like, no, I got it here somewhere.
Oh, man.
And then finally they're like, yeah, fine, take that. That's it. Take it. Go. All right.
Well, sometimes, the couponing does get like ridiculous too at some of these grocery stores. That's another reason why I love Trader Joe's. Like the price is good. You don't even have to worry about it. But like, and I just love Trader Joe's anyway. But is it Safeway or Fred Meyer? I don't know. Maybe both of them. Maybe Fred Meyer. But anyway, it's like you join the membership, like you join their club, their free coupon club or whatever the heck it is, right? To get their deals. But then they also have ones where it's a digital ad. So you have to go on the app and you have to scan it. And it's like, what the heck? I already making it hard. And that's annoying. So sometimes I'll just take a photo of it and bring it to the front and be like, hey, can you do this? Because I'm not getting into my phone right now and doing all this crap.
Oh, I love that. So I recently got a discount at Apple because my wife works at the university.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But they needed proof that she worked there.
Okay.
And so I was looking through I was like, okay, because I had her W-2 from something on there and I was like trying to find it. And they're like anything. Then they're like just anything that says that she works there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let me find. And finally I just found an email. Like, what about that UW.edu? She's like, yep, good. All right. Like they were done with me at that point. I was taking so much of her time. She just wanted to give me the discount. Like, so probably could have looked a little deeper for that. It was a legitimate discount.
That's awesome.
Because students and faculty and teachers,
Yeah, I got a discount back in the day when I got a computer a million years ago.
Yeah. So
now I need to figure out how to set up a Washington.edu. Can I borrow Gretchen to be my pretend wife for just kidding, for the Apple discount?
Sometimes they ask, "Are you a student?" And if you just say yes, you'll get something. Like, I'm a student of life.
I was going to say that because I was just thinking, well, I don't want to lie, but then
I'm taking bass lessons at the music school. Does that count as a student?
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the orchestra bass, right? Like.
Actually, so this is what my ADHD did this week. This week in ADHD, I bought an electric bass.
What a fun segment!
This week,
like seriously, this week I love that. Can we put that in this show?
Sure. So I bought an electric bass because I've wanted to learn how to play a guitar, and I found that this might be an easier one to learn. Because this
is a dumb question. I want to know what the electric, like what is the difference in how it looks. So I'm going to look it up
an acoustic. You mean an acoustic one?
Well, no, I know what the orchestra one looks like. Like I know what an orchestra bass looks like.
An electric bass just looks like a guitar, but it's 4 strings. It's an electric guitar, so it's 4 strings, and they're thick, and all the notes are low, really low notes,
cool.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Now I know. Okay.
So apparently with practice, you could probably play with people in just a couple months, where guitar takes a long time to learn to play with people. And I want to be able to play, like, here's my thing. I just want to be able to play with my family.
Yeah.
Like, because my youngest daughter plays piano now, and my son wants to learn drums. He's been messing around with drums.
Fun.
And I have this idea of this all playing together, and I was telling him about that. And then after I got the bass, the next day, Willow goes, "Daddy, could you play the bass guitar for me?" And I'm like, "Oh, honey, that's sweet. I'll mess around with it, but I don't know how to play yet. I'm still learning." And then she goes a little bit later, she goes, Dad, can you bring this in the living room and then we could all play together? And I'm like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, that's what my heart's melting. That's what I
that's
want to
so
do. And I'm like, in
cute.
2 months I can. Right now I don't know what I'm doing. So, well,
You're like,
I probably could have
you just
gone
give
up
them
there.
each their little earphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could all just messed around, but I just wanted to be able to do that with them. And so I thought that's a good start. I'm messing
Yeah.
around with an acoustic guitar too, but I electric is what I want to pay to get some lessons in, try
Uh-huh.
to do some so I just need to know how to start learning it. And I love blues music. And so it's
Yeah.
pretty common in blues and, see where it goes.
That's so cool. Yeah. I tried
So,
to do the guitar years ago and no, I really did need to get like private lessons or something. Um,
so
but
what I'm currently doing, both for the bass and regular guitar, is I'm just going to YouTube to these
mhm.
beginner and going, okay, lesson one, and practicing for the time for lesson one and 15 minutes. This is what I've learned from my daughter. They only have her practice piano for, you're only supposed to practice your age 1 minute per your age as a
Oh,
kid.
fun.
So she's only practiced like, she started when she was 5. She was only practicing 5 minutes. Then she was
Yeah.
practicing 6 minutes, then 7. No, she started in first grade. So 6 years old. She is really good now. She's getting really good at piano just from short practices.
That's really cool.
And I think it works for adult. Like, I don't have to practice for 51 minutes, right? I
Right.
don't have to do that.
You can build up to that.
But just still, the whole principle is you do learn a lot. There's a certain amount of time that you don't learn anymore.
Right.
And so those first, I think, 10 to 15 minutes are probably the time that you learn the most practicing.
Yeah.
And I found that with ukulele, when I would go practice my song, I would only practice it 2 or 3 times a day, or I would come back later in the day and play it once.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'm just better at it.
I
And
didn't
so
know. Yeah.
just little bits every day and you get better at something.
I didn't think about the YouTube, like learning things on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can learn everything on YouTube.
That's a good idea. Cause I have played instruments in the past. And the last one I was learning
Cello, right? Didn't you have a cello?
Yeah, well, I played the violin really well, and then I've forgotten because it's been so many years. Um,
Do you
and
have
then
a violin?
I do, but I play. It's like I'm crap at it now. I used to be really good at
you
it,
have
but
to
I'm just
practice.
horrible. And then I do have the cello, and I've always wanted to play it, but it was easier to have a violin when I was younger. And so I was taking some lessons and doing some cello stuff when I was in LA, and I was making some good progress. And too, yeah, it's like some days you just want to play more, other days not as much. And then I started with the keyboard and was making good progress. But it's like, something was always coming up.
Oh,
And now
something
I
will
don't have
always.
a keyboard. I'll need to get another one. But the keyboard had for me, I found this app. What was the app? I can't remember, but it was like really helpful. And the other thing I loved about it is it had songs that I could sing along to.
Mhm.
So there would be some that I could do and then some like actual like songs I could play. And that was really motivating because yeah, I want to get
Even I've gotten pretty good doing scales on the piano just by trying it a couple times each day, and eventually now I can kind of go through them pretty quick. This is a life lesson, people, listeners. This is not just for music. It's a little bit every day. You don't need a full half hour or hour to work on something. If you just do the 10 minutes that you have, like you only have 10 minutes, if it's something you want to get good at, so take the 10 minutes. Set a timer. Limit yourself. Limit yourself to the 10 minutes. Okay, that's all that's all you have time for. That's all you do. So go work on it for tell yourself you'll do 10 minutes before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And go do it. I know it's probably cello. You can't plug it in, so it's like hard to.
I mean, it's just sitting over there. I haven't taken it out in like a few years now, but Yeah, it was easiest to do quickly when I would have it on the cello stand and then like, but that's not happening for a couple of years probably still. But maybe I'll get myself a keyboard again for my birthday and start like get that app again because that was super fun. But the 5-minute matters things, like you're saying, like one of my favorite things to do is set the timer. And gosh, that sounds like it's such a mom thing to say. One of my favorite things to do is like when I don't feel like cleaning up and I know I like having a clean sink, like I'll set the timer and just be like, let me see how much stuff I can do in 10 minutes because I know I'm going to finish all the dishes in less than that and then be proud of myself. Or maybe I'll set it to 20 and do as much cleaning I can do.
Ooh, good like dopamine usage. Yeah, I like that.
Thanks. Yeah, I love it. It makes me feel so good, even though it just, like Atlas, is it Atlas Shrugged, or it's just like going to come again and again.
Yeah.
And again, or Sisyphus, or no, that was
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus. Was the right one? Okay.
Up the hill and then back.
Yeah, Sisyphus is that one. Well, Atlas is the world.
Yeah, on the shoulders.
Well, okay, so you are Atlas while being Sisyphus when you're a single mom. That's what you're like.
Yeah, basically. But YouTube, pick an instrument and there's somebody that's broken down how to learn to play this instrument in 10 days. Now, the mistake was thinking, don't try to do every day in a row. Get down that first day before you move on to the next day. You don't, because normally you would go to a half-hour lesson and you'd practice for a week before you go to the next one. And you'll end up retaining the info a lot better than just trying to do it every day like it says. You won't be that good. So just go with it. Don't worry. It's not about rushing. It's about consistency. Just doing a little bit more.
Oh man. I want to take an instrument today now and just like, I might just, take one out and just play around with it. I have a mandolin too. Maybe I can find something for that. The mandolin strings though, they're not as comfortable. I mean, I didn't build up my calluses, and also it's not an expensive mandolin. Maybe if I got like a more expensive one, it'd be like tactilely more enjoyable.
I don't think so. Oh.
Yeah, probably.
No, it's rough one.
You need to get those sweet calluses back.
Yeah, the more expensive ones have steel, so yeah, steel string. So, yeah, do it. Don't be afraid.
I mean, that'll be fun. I would totally get my cello out right after this, but it's like 5 minutes to 10 minutes to get it out and set up and like back.
Really?
Okay, I'm exaggerating. It feels like it would be. Because I have it in like a hard case, and then I would just need to move it, and it's not going to take 10 minutes. I'm exaggerating. I'm just tired about it.
I mean, you'll have to tune it is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And then it's ready to go.
Yeah. I was learning how to do like the Hogwarts theme. I think that was like one of the last things I was learning to play on it.
That's really cool. I love that. I always learned how to play fiddle when I was a kid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think I was learning violin and they told me it was fiddle. Like to kind of sneak it in there.
Oh, fun.
I don't know that they're actually that different besides
That's
style.
What I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if there's like a difference other than it's just like the way that it's like the
I think it's style, but I was doing Twinkle Twinkle, so I'm pretty sure that is just a violin.
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe it could be a fiddle if you were wearing like a straw hat while you're doing it or something,
Oh, yeah, definitely. So listeners, whatever it is you're out there, whatever instrument you're looking, look, you don't have to be have ADHD to go make an impulsive decision. You know what? It doesn't matter. Does your family need food? Music is the food.
Music is
love.
The food of life. Love. Oh, play on.
Yeah. So don't worry about that bread. Go find that instrument.
It ties it so beautiful. Look at you just full circling it, right? Because when you're playing your instrument, you're gonna fail again and again and again and again. Just fail better next time. A
little bit better. Black and a half.